Quick disclaimer before we start, there are already a lot of people who have made videos and posts about this theory, even the game theory channel themselves, but I still wanted to make my own version of this with all the clues I've been able to find. Now that that's out of the way, let's begin. We all know about the prophecy, the one introduced to us by Ralsei in chapter 1, but in chapter 4 we're shown a more accurate and detailed version of it. This version of the prophecy shows us what's to come in future chapters, things we've already seen, and descriptions of the three main heroes from the prophecy. Chris is described as the cage with human soul and parts, Ralsei is described as the prince, and Susie is described as the girl, although that doesn't look like Susie at all. So for this, we're gonna keep in mind that Ralsei's version is inaccurate since he doesn't tell us the full truth, and chapter 4's version is the accurate one. In Ralsei's version, the hero who is labeled the monster clearly resembles Susie. It looks exactly like her. She's got a more buff build, her hair is more messy and more on the curly side, and most importantly, she has an axe for a weapon. Now, on chapter 4's version, she's thinner, has straighter hair, and is holding a sword. The girl represented in the accurate version of the prophecy looks like another one of Chris's classmates. Yes, it's Noelle. Regarding what was mentioned before, the accurate prophecy showcases a monster hero with a sword, which you cannot equip on Susie. But on the section of chapter 2, where Chris teams up with Noelle in a truce, it is possible to equip swords on Noelle, almost as if that's the weapon that she'd use if she was truly on our team and one of the three heroes. During chapter 4, Ralsei mentioned Susie is supposed to wear ribbons, so basically the monster hero from the prophecy is meant to wear ribbons. But both on one of the boards of chapter 3 and during the game in itself, if you try to equip any type of ribbon on Susie, she'll refuse or complain. But when you try to equip them on Noelle, she'll comply. Love finds its way to the girl is one of the panels of the prophecy we get to see. It may seem like it's implying Suselle at first, but taking a look at the image shown, it looks more like us, the player, Chris's soul, is taking over the girl. Love, which is us, the soul, finding our way to the girl, basically implying that at some point of the game, we are meant to let go of Chris as a vessel and go for the monster hero instead. If that hero is Noelle, it would make sense with the weird route, with us slowly gaining more and more control over Noelle, meaning that in future chapters, if we follow the weird route, we will take full control of Noelle's body. One of the many things Gerson tells Susie as her mentor is that she can choose her own path and write her own ending, no matter what the prophecy says. Susie is the key to getting a different ending from whatever the prophecy's bad ending is. If the weird route where we take over Noelle is meant to follow the actual prophecy, having Susie on our team, when she's not supposed to be a part of the main three, would break the prophecy since the beginning, making a different path and a different ending. All thanks to Susie being a part of it. She is the key. This is another panel showed. At first it looks like it's referring to the same girl mentioned earlier, the one from the three bait heroes, but that wouldn't make sense, since the order the heroes are introduced in is the human is the first one, then the monster, and for last, the prince. The monster hero is introduced in second place, so it wouldn't make sense for it to be introduced with and last. The girl, first introduced, which is one of the three heroes, and the girl, mentioned at last, are two different characters. The first one is meant to be Noelle, and the second one is Susie. Why? This is not any symbol, this is a root buster symbol, the same root buster that Susie has as a spell. To sum it up, the three main heroes are meant to be Chris, Noelle, and Ralsei. Susie's also meant to be a part of the prophecy, but she's not such an important part of it. The weird route follows the events that should take place as said by the prophecy, but the normal route is a path Susie is making that differs from the prophecy and will give us a good ending.